Hello everybody and welcome back to Victoria, where last episode we took over Chile and we've still got a fair amount of infamy from that. So let's just continue to tick forward and develop our economy. Of course, we do have some radical issues. That's certainly something that needs to be dealt with. We're working on enacting laissez-faire, and that's a big part of it. We'll see what ends up happening with that. Dangerous equipment. Very rude. But that's okay. That is completely fine for right now. We're going to continue to work on our constructions, but we've got quite a lot of negative construction efficiency due to radicalism. They're mostly angry with decreases in the standard of living. Okay, so electrical generation has been unlocked. I don't think we should electrify yet. I think we've got some work to do before we do that. However, that does lead us to things like pneumatic tools, which I think would probably also be a bad idea right now. I kind of want to head over into the society tree for a bit and start working on doing some things here, like, for example, mutual funds would be interesting. That'll boost up our minting and will reduce our interest rate. Not that we're paying all that much in interest right now, but I do think mutual funds is an interesting one to go for at this point. Okay, so we're working our way through these constructions. They're going to be delayed a little bit due to our radicalism, but not a lot that we can do about that right now, other than, like, restoring legal guardianship, but that's only 280k individuals. About 1 million for enacting appointed bureaucrats, huh? Who would that make angry? Not very many people. We might want to grab that. Let's see what happens on this laissez-faire tick. There's not a lot of people super behind this, but if we can enact laissez-faire, that would be great for us. We'd be very delighted by that. For the moment, of course, we are working on these last couple of motor industries, and it looks like our motor industry situation is probably pretty good. Let's check in on our market price there. It could definitely get better. No doubt about that. What's our employment like for our motor industries? Let's take a quick peek through here. Yeah, there's definitely room for expansion in our motor industries. So we need to target, like, input goods for the motor industries. If we check in on, say, Pernambuco here, why are they having issues at half capacity with motors being at this price? Well, I think the answer is market access? Yeah, the answer is actually market access. So Pernambuco and Lima both need railways. That's fine. Yes. And we also apparently need some infrastructure in Antofagasta. That is 25 infrastructure per level. Okay. So something like this. Now I want to move these motor industries up to the top priority and have it be something kind of like this. It's going to be slow, no doubt about it, but we're going to get to work on that. Okay. Now we have an unacceptable government right now. No one's very happy with our current government. That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Let's see what happens on this laissez-faire tick. Is this actually ticking forward? It is. Okay. So we've got theory and practice here. We can get political strength of academics, engineers, and officers, or the armed forces can stifle orthodoxy. And I think that's what we're going to do for now. Okay. So that sounds good for the moment. South Andeans are migrating from our country. I didn't read where that was going, but okay. It just went away when I opened it. Well, let's see what happens with laissez-faire here. We progress to study. Okay. These are actually pretty good odds. But it's going to be slow because we have low legitimacy. That's understood. I do want to do this, but we can't do both at once. So we're going to do laissez-faire, then we're going to enact appointed bureaucrats, and that's just what we got to do. Military research speed is not that big of a deal, actually. So this is going to increase the positivism no matter what. That's fine, I guess. Our motor industry is finishing now. So that's our last motor industry expansion. I'm going to move up this coal mine. That's finishing as well. So I'm going to do this for the time being. Then we can move this fishing wharf up, I suppose, and have it be something like this. Yeah, that seems okay for the time being. So what are we sitting at right now for our unemployment? 11.2K and 773K peasants. Noted. Standard of living is not phenomenal, and we would definitely like to work on that. No doubt about that. Let's actually take a look at what we've got going on with that. So a big part of this is taxes. They're paying negative 0.5% for their base price. However, 24.4% of the lower strata are peasants in subsistence buildings. We'll be working on that, for sure, but it's going to take some time. Oil has been discovered in Santa Fe. Okay, that's all very useful. So down over here, our colonization is continuing. How are things going with Bolivia? We are dropping this by 0.1 weekly. That is just due to supporting their government. That is costing us legitimacy. But I do want to bring this down a bit. Okay, so that seems fine. We're going to leave that be for the moment. That will take some time for that to drop. That's okay. So laissez-faire is progressing, and looking at our overall odds rolls, it's pretty good. So I think laissez-faire is doable. Positivist characters, we'll say no to that. We can suppress them again. So how can we make this go away? We'll complete if the progress bar reaches 100%. If completed, it would trigger the event the positive epoch. If time runs out, it would be a peculiar cult. Interesting. I don't think there's a reason right now to suppress them, because that would overcap us at 0. So we'll wait until that comes back up. Seems okay. So laissez-faire is up to 20% at this point. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. We're going to be done with these railways fairly soon. 5 weeks and 8 weeks. Beautiful. I do want to consider attacking up over here, but our economy still needs to continue to grow into itself. And we're working on that. Transportation shortage in Rio Grande do Sul. Understood. Yes, I know about the standard of living issue. Alto Paraguay. Okay, so we have low market access in Alto Paraguay now as well. And we have a transportation shortage in Rio Grande do Sul. Rather than building a railway in Rio Grande do Sul, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into our railways, which are in here somewhere. Oh yeah, we could go to electric sawmills. Yeah, we're not doing that. We're going to go to our railways, and we're going to find, this is in Rio Grande do Sul. So our wooden passenger carriages right now, we can go to steel passenger carriages. And that will boost up our situation there. So there's no longer a transportation shortage there. Palatinians are emigrating to South Dakota. Yeah, that's not surprising. So we're going to finish up 2 of these railways. I do want to bring up these coal mines, like so. And then I guess we can put this rice farm here for now. That seems fine. Although this railway I'm going to put here. Like that. And then this railway, of course, should go here. Perfect. So that'll be fine. Pernambuco is going to be done with its railway in 4 weeks. That looks excellent. And we have market access issues in Santa Catarina. Noted. So we'll need to construct a railway in Santa Catarina as well. That's fine. We're working on it. So we're going to finish up this coal mine in Rio Grande do Sul immediately. That's fine. And we'll just continue to work on this like so. 4 years away in our construction queue. Yeah, it's not great, is it? No. No, it is not. So this would not be very much in terms of making individuals more loyal. This absolutely is. I want to get enacted bureaucrats, or rather, I want to enact appointed bureaucrats very soon. We'll see what happens with laissez-faire here. It's unlikely that we just advance straight through, but it would be great if we did. I'd be very happy about that. Our railway in Pernambuco is really, really close to being done. I'm going to swap it and Alto Paraguay like this. There we go. So that's going to be done in 2 weeks. And then Alto Paraguay can be moved up to here like this. That, of course, means that this railway in Lima can go here. Perfect. So something like that. We are currently running a surplus. That's good. Mutual exclusivity, huh? Political movement support and popularity, huh? Either way, that debate was not very good. It didn't really change our success roll at all, or our speed at which we roll. So that's not phenomenal. That's for sure. Okay. So we currently have fairly negative finances. That's not shocking. 15K in unrealized taxes. This is pretty much just because of this radicalism. This is not at all surprising. I do want to enact appointed bureaucrats. Do we drop the laissez-faire position? It's definitely something we could do. No doubt about that. We could do that. But I don't think it's something we should necessarily do. So our market access in Santa Catarina is getting better. We're working on Lima and Alto Paraguay. So that should all be fine. I'm going to continue to work on this like so. Oil has been discovered in Sao Paulo. That will be good for us, but for now, it's not all that relevant. Until our tech comes up. So this is okay. We're going to move up this fishing wharf and this rice farm. Excellent. We're still working on getting through this construction queue, and it's taking a while, no doubt about that. So I want to check in here, 775k peasants and 18.8k unemployment. Our unemployment is rising at this moment, ish. Definitely ish. Our unemployment is rising ish. Okay. That's fine. We are working on this as best we can. The real question is how long until we get laissez-faire? Because I'd love to enact appointed bureaucrats. That would be very solid to get more loyalists. We definitely need to work on our radicalism, and dropping taxes is a very good way to do that. I would love to do so. Our economy is just kind of stagnant right now, unfortunately. I mean, it isn't really. It's actually on a very sharp upturn, but it's not upturning as quickly as I'd like, is I guess what I should say. So that's fine. We are continuing to work on these railways, and we're getting very close to done with them. Another ammunition input goods shortage? Okay, that should go away on its own, to be honest. We've experienced that a bunch of times already. So our railway in Santa Catarina is finishing up in 2 weeks here. That is excellent. And yeah, I'm not too concerned about the ammunition input goods shortage. I don't think that's real, to be honest. Nothing should have changed to make that be a thing. So that's fine. I'm not going to move anything around here just yet. We're going to get that rice farm in Bajo Paraguay done. So that seems good. Our number of peasants has dropped by almost 10k. Our unemployment numbers have dropped a bit as well. Britain has colonized Patagonia. Very rude, Britain. We're already working on this. But whatever. Britain is going to be a problem eventually if we want to take over the entire continent, but I'm not sure that we actually want to do that. For the moment, I just want to get our economy going a bit better and get this radicalism a bit more under control. That's still creeping upward, but it is slowed down, for sure. How are we doing on our integrations? Okay, we're still working in 3 states, it looks like, and we can't incorporate this state because it's a growing colony. Sure. Production methods in these 2 areas, both of those are expected, so that's not a problem. Noted. So we're just working on this 1 railway in Lima at this moment. That looks reasonable. Our population is, of course, on a downturn. This is because people are emigrating, and these guys want to preserve agrarianism. So This would now make 723k individuals more loyal. That's attractive. Okay. I'm going to run this tick through. We'll see what happens on this tick. If we hit a stall, we'll probably abandon laissez-faire for now. That will get agrarianism preserved, and then we can go to enact appointed bureaucrats, is the idea. However, if this goes through to voting, I think we stick with laissez-faire. What happens if it's something a little bit more neutral? If it's something a bit more neutral, I think we go for appointed bureaucrats. I think we need to have a success roll here. So a 20% chance. Okay. So this railway in Lima is going very slowly, minus 43.6% construction efficiency. That's going to be tough. But we do need to get our market access in Lima up. So that's noted. Let's see what happens on this laissez-faire roll. Debate. So I think I'm going to drop this for now. Yes, I know we're not going to be able to do it for a while. We're going to drop it so that these guys are placated. There we go. And that should drop our radicalism down in theory, but I don't think it actually did. Okay, well, we're going to enact appointed bureaucrats. This has an 88% chance to progress. Nobody opposes this. Everybody should be super into this. Well, there are a couple that oppose it, but they're not that big of a deal. So we should see our loyalists going up and our radicals going down once we complete appointed bureaucrats. And then after that, we can see about returning to laissez-faire, but that's on cooldown for a while. I would like to get laissez-faire through, but we're struggling with it at this moment. That's understood. So our railway in Lima is going to be done soon enough. Now we need market access in Bahia as well. Okay. So that's done. We'll get that going. I think that we should prioritize the railway in Lima first and then put this fishing wharf in between them. Something like that. So we're about 30 weeks away from the railway in Bahia. That's 25.1%. Yeah, it's going to be a little rough. No doubt about it. So we're going to have an election relatively soon-ish. Soon-ish. And yeah, it's feeling like our GDP is a little more stagnant than I'd like it to be right now. Preserve elected bureaucrats? Okay. Sure. That's inauspicious, but it's fine. So we're going to move this fishing wharf up to here for now, continuing to work on these railways with about 50% of our construction. I'd love to get the railway in Lima completely done. That would be great. We still have that ammunition input goods shortage, which is shocking to me. What do we have going on with that? We're just not employing people in the munitions plants. Yeah. There's not even too much of an issue here. I'm not too concerned about that. What I'm a little concerned about is the fact that we've got some negative infrastructure here. In this location, this is probably... Yeah, this railway is actually fine. Okay. For the moment, I'm not too concerned about it. This is in our vassal, so it's okay. Mutual funds. Fantastic. So there's a boost to minting and a reduction to our loan interest rate. We could go for like investment banks. I'm not going to do that. Instead, we could go for something along the lines of art silk. Honestly, we don't really have a source of silk, so that's not a bad thing to do. We can certainly make our way down that route. Okay, so this fishing wharf is finishing. There we go. Let's raise up this fishing wharf next. We've got a bunch of fishing wharves here, a bunch of logging camps. Yeah, a bunch of resources that we're looking to get here. We're 4 years out in our construction. Market access in Lima and Bahia. We are definitely working on both of those. Beautiful. So that looks fine for the moment. And appointed bureaucrats should just cruise right through. I don't think there's any real problem with this. Everybody is in favor of it. We're going to go for it. And this will drop our radicalism by about 1 million. That'll help, certainly. Yeah, we've definitely got a lot of division going on in our country right now. So a lot of that is going to be due to our taxes. I would love to drop our taxes. We're just not in a position to do it right now. We need to be making a fair amount more money. So let's get this railway completed, or these 2 railways completed, and we're going to continue to work on these fishing wharves for the time being. I would like to check in on our resources here. How profitable is oil? It is not, is the answer. Okay. Well, let's just take a look at what we are short on right now. So currently engines, but I'm actually not too concerned about that unless we've maxed out our engine hirings here. Okay. What is this? A revolution to preserve elected bureaucrats. Hilarious. Okay, so we're not actually going to be too concerned about this, I don't think. I mean, we're a little concerned about it. But they're going to go away. Okay, so that's fine for now. Our railway in Bahia is 10 weeks out at this point. So our market access in Lima is still low at 81%. Glass is considered expensive. So, what do we have going on for our railway here? Yeah, we need to hire in people here. And that's all that needs to happen at this point in Lima. That's really not all that concerning. There just isn't enough people there. Okay, noted. So for now, that is fine. We probably should think about subsidizing this railway then. Just to make sure that it's actually going to hire. We would love for it to hire and boost up the infrastructure production. They'll try again on August 24th, so on this week tick. Sure. Okay, so they did hire in there. And if we check in here, we can see 82 of 67. Yeah, that definitely needs some work. No doubt about that. But that just needs to hire in, is what that means. So, that is understood. Minus 27.6k. Yikes. So, a lot of this is going to be because of that glass expenditure, I think. Let's check into our market again quick. It's kind of up there. Okay. Engines are still pretty expensive, but they're not hiring in at the moment. That's the core issue. So we're running out of people who are eligible to work in these places. That is definitely a thing that is happening. So working on things like fishing wharves is maybe not the worst thing in the world, although I'm willing to bet the price of fish is not great right now. I'm going to cancel these fishing wharves. I feel like we're building maybe a few too many of them. And then there's a bunch more of them here. I'm going to cancel these fishing wharves in our vassal for sure. In fact, I'm going to cancel all of the fishing wharves that are currently in the list here. I also canceled a couple of iron mines there, which I didn't necessarily intend to do. Yeah, that revolution is back. That's not shocking. Okay, so we're getting rid of a bunch of these fishing wharves. There we go. And the revolution is back. They're really struggling with that revolution. We're going to pass through to voting almost certainly here, and this will just go through nice and quick. So I'm not too concerned about that. I'm also going to cancel any constructions that we currently have in our vassal state. I want to focus on ourselves for right now. So something like that. We're down to 10 months in our construction queue. We progressed to voting on appointed bureaucrats. That's not shocking at all. And this all looks okay for now. So what is this? Mexico wants us to support their independence. From whom? France. Declined. We're not in a position to fight France. That's for sure. We are definitely not in a position to fight France yet. So we're going to get some additional logging camps built here. We're doing a lot better on our construction efficiency in some of these locations at this point, so that is good. And we've got some additional rice farms we're going to work on. A single iron mine. Oh, there's sulfur mines here that we should get rid of, since we're removing all of those. Okay, so we're 6 months away from finishing this construction queue, as it sits right now. So that's understood. But it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to pass appointed bureaucrats. We need to drop our radicalism, and the next election will hopefully be a relatively reasonable time to do that. That'll be in about a year. Okay, understood. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Atala, Andy McGar, Ali Lee, Dark Horse, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri 8, Punching the Microphone, Tommy Kentogan, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.